Why is it in black and white?
Cause that's my new vibe, love. That's like the vibe. Everybody loves the black and white videos. Everybody in the comment section below, if you like the black and white videos, give me a thumbs up. Anyways, the wife just wanted to say hi, huh? Who is everybody? My loyal, faithful subscribers, dear. Do you not know I'm out here in these streets popular as hell? Everybody say hello to the wife. That's the wife. Wife, okay, you're dismissed. Go. I gotta make my video.
No, I gotta go.
Yeah, I'm done with you now. I just wanted people to know you were still alive. Anyways, good job back again. Once again, let's lock in, man. Shout out to the IPA International Passport Association and affiliates. Good Dots, Good Books, all my good stuff listed in the links in the description there below. I want to get straight to this one, guys. I have a couple of rules, in my personal opinion, that will work for me and will work for you when it comes to dating abroad, right? There are a couple of rules that I follow. Probably a couple of other guys have covered these particular rules, probably their own per way, but I want to give you my rules in order to help you guys have an understanding of how to navigate your way through the dating, more specifically the dating aspect abroad, not just hooking up, not just trying to get with women for one night stands or anything, but not traditionally dating, but dating and whatever dating in the modern world is all about. All right, number one, first things first, off the rip, guys, you can't be cocky. Yes, it's very easy to have the foreign mentality, all these women want me, they on my dick type shit. It's easy to have that type of energy, but trust me, it's not gonna help you. Because I want you to understand, these girls really, to an extent, they don't necessarily have to fuck with you specifically. There are a lot of foreigners coming into this country, and some of them just want to deal with their own local guys. Keep that in mind. But for those that want to deal with you, I can almost guarantee they pussy gonna dry up when you come through with this cocky ass attitude, man, because you're gonna get played, right? If you think every girl in the country wants you, chances are you're gonna get played. All right, so you cannot come to the country with the cocky mentality just because you's the foreign man. All right. Number two, guys, you got to learn to filter through the women that you like and the women that you don't like. The beautiful thing about dating abroad, and we say it time and time again, is that you guys have options, right? So with the availability of a plethora of different women, if any of them present any type of characteristics that you really just can't rock with, it makes it easy for you to just say, you know what, maybe talking to her is just not the right move for me. And I already have a couple of other young ladies that I could talk to. So you don't necessarily have to just keep it around. If it's a complete deal breaker for you, just let it go. If it's something that you can kind of just take a mental note of, and maybe that was just a slip up or something she said or something that she did, and you can kind of just say, okay, I'm just going to monitor the behavior and we'll see how it works out. And if she does it again, then I know for a fact this is energy I don't want to deal with, then you can do it that way. Right? But you don't necessarily have to keep them around because you do have the availability of other young ladies around. All right? You know, if you spend too much time wondering rather than making moves and stuff, you're never really going to find what you want. Right? If you spend too much time wondering, and not filtering, you're never really gonna find what you want. Number three, y'all, this is automatic, and you'll hear this from any YouTuber. It doesn't matter what particular area in which they're traveling to overseas. I'm gonna tell you off the rip, if you don't know how to develop communication skills, guys, you're gonna take an L. If you don't know how to develop communication skills, you're gonna take an L. Why? Because if you don't know how to talk to people, you'll never learn how to communicate properly. It's easy, and I'm gonna tell you the truth because I learned this the easy way. It's very easy to develop a text, T-E-X-T, text game than it is to have a conversation with them when you see them. Because I know a lot of guys that'll sit there and talk to the girl through text message and everything is good and everything is right, or you try to meet her online before you come to the country and you guys are iMessaging or whatever the fuck, DMing and all that stuff, and you're having these conversations and shit, and everything is great, everything is fucking wonderful. Then you meet and bumps the word because you don't know how to talk to each other when you're in front of each other. So if you don't know how to develop communication skills, if you don't know how to carry on a conversation, you're gonna always lose. I'm gonna tell you the truth, there is nothing more disappointing than when you take your girl to that Jollibee date and she would rather have her face in her fucking phone than to talk to you. Let me say that one more time. There is nothing more embarrassing or depressing than when a girl has her face in her phone rather than talking to you. But then again, I have to sit there and tell you, you're the foreign guy. You're going to have to carry the conversation. Chances are she's not going to be very outspoken. She's going to probably be shy about speaking English with you because a lot of foreigners don't speak the local language. So you're going to have to be the one to pick up the conversation. You're the one that's going to have to get things started. Once things get started and she starts to get comfortable, chances are she will start asking questions and she'll be more engaged. But if you do not have those communication skills, my boy, you're going to lose, right? Number 4, if a girl drags her feet with you, or you feel like she fucking with you and she's playing games, or she says she want to meet, you don't want to meet, and all this stuff, don't get rid of her immediately. Say that one more time, because I need you to hear me when I say this. If a girl dragging her feet, she playing games with you, she's back and forth with you and all this stuff, and it's just not going the way you wanted to, don't completely dismiss her. As in, don't tell her, fuck her, I don't want to talk to you type shit. You can stop or diminish or lower the amount of times that you send her text messages. You can just, like I said, focus on the women that are actually giving you the energy that you need. And if and when she does potentially come around, if you still care to talk to her, then worry about it. But I would never say completely dismiss her off the rip. As in say, fuck you, I don't want to talk to you, because you never know exactly why she doing what she doing. Maybe she trying to test you. And, you know, we're not really into the test and the games and stuff, especially if you're at my age range. That shit gets to be a little bit played. But if she's trying to play games with you and she's really interested in you, you can be talking to somebody else. And then if she decides to get her act right and come around and you really do want to entertain that particular prospect, at that point, you could see how you feel about going out on a date and seeing what, you know, time with her would be like if you choose to do so. The last one, guys, you got to find a balance, man. Some women have traits that could remind you of home. Dismiss those immediately. I'll tell you the truth. When I first got to the Philippines, first time I traveled to the Philippines back in 2005, it was weird because for some reason you're not thinking about it, but you're sometimes thinking about dealing with women that remind you of home, because home to an extent is what was comfortable before. You got to get comfortable being uncomfortable overseas. Right? You hear a lot of these guys bringing out videos about the types of characteristics that you can look for in certain types of women. But yet still, if you're only going to find yourself dealing with a young lady that reminds you of home and you're really trying to distance yourself from it, it's going to be a repetitive cycle, right? You're just going to keep going around in circles, dealing with the same type of women with the same type of attitudes. They may not look the same, but they may have those same attitudes, and it's going to become depressing, because then you're going to find yourself dealing, like I said, with young ladies that are no different than the ones that you meet from home. And let's keep it real. You can't sit there and say that all women overseas are going to be different, right? There are a lot of them that have great qualities, 100% great qualities. Then there's some of them that are a bunch of bitches, just being honest. They just not it. And then again, it could come from westernized influences or whatever. You know, it could be anything. But you got to find that balance. You got to understand that you're not here looking for a girl that reminds you of home, because if you were looking to deal with a girl that reminded you of home, then why did you leave home in the first place? Because you want to deal with an Asian woman that's going to give you the same type of headache? Not how it works over here, my fam. It's not how it works over here. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's my time, effort, and energy. Those are the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rules for dating when it comes to the good doc. And I think that if you implement these in your own way, you know, adjust it accordingly, make it work for you, I promise you, I think that the dating experience overseas could be definitely a good one, right? And when we're talking about dating, you're dating hopefully with the point of finding somebody that you could potentially settle down with. I ain't telling you to get married, because like y'all seen before, marriage is not for everybody. This some strong shit, right? You got the dating game is cool. Marriage ain't for everybody. But if you want to long-term date somebody, these are just a couple of rules that I think will help you find somebody that is a potential suitable mate for you. Don't go out there thinking that every woman's gonna be submissive and, you know, basically going to the kitchen and cooking you food fucking off the rip and stuff like that. Sometimes that stuff comes with the natural progression of how comfortable she is with being around you. Because trust me when I tell you, Filipinas love to cook their food for their man. Like if you're a foreign guy, like they want you to try their shit. They do. And they will be willing to cook it for you. You buy the groceries, they'll be willing to take care of it for you. So all of that stuff comes with time, okay? Not nothing that you're just gonna get immediately or off the rip. You might get it, but for the most part, like I said, take your time with it, man. Have a little bit of fun. If you're not in a rush and you really have time to really get to know people, don't just rush into shit. Because I've seen what happens when people do that, and it never really ends well. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my time, effort, and energy. Appreciate y'all locking in with the good dot, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. Time for the good dot to go and get to getting. Y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed, man. Doc is out.